The G7 summit concluded its three-day agenda on June 13 with a joint communiqué covering a range of issues from fighting the epidemic to the global economy, taxes and trade. The communiqué publicly criticized China by name on Xinjiang, Hong Kong, and Taiwan. The communiqué also called on the WHO to conduct a timely, transparent, expert-led, science-based Phase 2 investigation into the origin of the COVID-19. A spokesman for the Chinese embassy in the United Kingdom issued a statement on the 14th, saying, "This summit has shown the world to engage in small circle and group politics, power politics, artificially creating confrontation and division." U.S. President Joe Biden this trip to Europe repeatedly show love with allies, a high-profile declaration of America is back, in pulling allies obviously than the former Trump a lot of high-minded. Canada, the United Kingdom and Japan to follow more closely, but France and Germany are not very interested in and China to pull the trigger. Italy and China currently maintain a high level of economic and trade contacts, for joining Biden's anti-China coalition is not very interested. At the end of the G7 summit, French President Macron even said directly that the G7 is not a club hostile to China. Macron also stressed that there is certainly a need to understand the source of the new coronavirus, but not to listen to the words of a single country. The traceability of the virus should be based on clear facts and through the cooperation of all countries, with the World Health Organization conducting the investigation. German Chancellor Angela Merkel also said that the EU is not in full agreement with Washington on China and that without Chinese cooperation, solutions will never be found in areas such as climate change. As Robin Niblett, director of the Chatham House Institute, a London-based think tank, put it, the hardline position of the United States towards China is becoming more and more realistic, as is the moderate position of Europe towards China. While European countries have ideological differences with China, there is a great deal of economic cooperation in the relationship. The main reason why the G7 group does not see Biden's proposal as an example is that China's Belt and Road Initiative has already formed a scale effect, with more than 2,600 projects in operation in more than 100 countries and regions, with a total value of more than $3.7 trillion. Many countries have actually benefited from it. They will not believe in the US painted pie and go into a full-scale confrontation with China, otherwise they will repeat the tragedy of Australia acting as a pawn of the United States. The international community has been suffering the United States for a long time. Not only has its domestic public resentment been deep, but even a number of allies such as Turkey have also begun to part ways. At a time of unprecedented changes in the world, the US national power is diminishing, and it's a fool's errand to try to maintain its hegemonic position.